Peggy 18.
According to records, this was a youth correctional facility until 1962, when the estate was overtaken by an obscure Soviet research fund, the Institute for Human Betterment.
Looks deserted.
The place was abandoned after a fire in '89. Then, only a few weeks ago, it was acquired by an anonymous investor using cryptocurrency. It has to be Lucas Gray.
He's here.
Be careful, 47. The breadcrumbs were almost too easy to follow. It could be a trap.
Not a trap. An invitation.
Ouh. J'adore ce système là de vue figée avec le reste qui est vivant autour.
You came home. I knew you would. You've come a long way, 47. And even now, you don't remember.
Bah non.
This place.
This was our prison, where Father trained us, shaped us into killers for Providence. Now, you don't remember. They ripped it out of you, wiped it away, but I do. I remember everything.
Ouh, ça c'est des révélations.
You're a terrorist with nothing to lose. You'd say anything.
I know, it's difficult. You never miss your mark or question your function, but we made a pact. You and I.
Ouh.
Do this, and we both lose.
There was an incident. That boy, he died.
He lived. Because of you. Don't you remember his name? You know this. Deep down, you know. What was his name?
Subject 6. Your name is Subject 6.
And what is our purpose?
To take them all down.
Waouh. Salut à toutes et à tous, c'est Cobra Guru, j'espère que vous allez bien. Je vous retrouve aujourd'hui dans Hitman 2 pour la suite. On va continuer l'histoire. Et on est sur le point de se souvenir, peut-être. Est-ce que l'agent 47 va retrouver sa mémoire?
We were gonna tear it all down. The Institute, Providence, everyone who'd ever hurt us. We failed. The partners grew paranoid, made sure that Ortmeyer's children would never challenge them again. I'm the only one who got away unchanged. The only one left who remembers.
Ortmeyer was Providence.
Everything he did to us, everything he made us do, it all leads back to that.
I'm breaking more rules than I care to count, Mr. Gray. What's your play?
The partners hide behind a cloak of anonymity. Only one man knows their true identities. Your client, the top controller, the one they call the Constant. He is the key.
But he is untraceable. So what am I missing?
A man would come to the Institute. A man with a Providence pin. The first Constant. If we find him, if he's still alive, he's our way in.
You don't know who he is, but 47 does. That's what this reunion is all about.
Show them.
You're just gonna hand it over. Our one bargaining chip.
Olivia.
Fine. 47's memory was erased, irreversibly at the time. But after Ortmeyer's death, his estate was acquired by the Ether Corporation. And they made an antidote.
Ouh. La mémoire, la mémoire, la mémoire.
This is not how it works. We don't just join the revolution. ICA is neutral. We don't take sides.
I hate to break it to you, lady, but neutrality is a side. It's the side of the status quo.
People have died. Civilians. You align yourself with terrorists, murderers.
Sometimes even monsters serve a purpose.
Look,
Enough. You have a choice. But I made mine a long time ago. I will finish what I started.
Pourquoi toujours dans le coup?
Subject 47. Most gifted of all my boys. So you're the pick of the litter. Tell me about the incident. The subject ran away. He and another boy. The instigator was punished accordingly. As were all the neighbors. My men did what needed to be done. It won't happen again. Bring your house in order, Doctor. You won't like the alternative.
I remember who he is.
Bon les amis, allez, ben, on se prépare, hein, on va attaquer la mission. On a eu de belles cinématiques aujourd'hui.
gentlemen, let's go over the plan.
Mais les cinématiques fixes comme ça, figées, c'est aussi un peu une limite du dev pour pas mettre beaucoup d'argent dans...
A KGB senior officer and head of the 6th column special branch at Lubyanka, Janus is a certified genius
Oy,
and
oy, oy,
expert
oy,
of
oy.
counterintelligence. He retired from the KGB in 1988 when he fell out of favor with the Kremlin and defected to the US.
Oh bah bien sûr.
Shortly after, the Soviet Union collapsed. Now, it is unclear when Janus stepped down as the constant.
Il est dans le Pentagone.
Since 2004, he has been a resident of a quiet community in suburban Vermont. Mr. Gray.
Right, so here's the catch. As an elite KGB agent, Janus was trained to withstand interrogation and torture. No amount of pressure will force him to disclose information he doesn't want to. Instead, we will need to search his home for clues. But if Providence learns of our presence, the game is up.
So we frame Janus, make Providence think he was the real Shadow Client.
Correct.
Ah,
I will file a false ICA report, claiming to have traced a number of calls from Janus's house to the Institute.
oh c'est
in Romania.
énorme.
The case will seem clear. Mr. Gray was only a figurehead. Janus was pulling the strings all along. And by eliminating him, we will have neutralized
Voilà, je me doutais bien que c'est un vieux monsieur. En plus, il a
For
l'oxygène.
the subterfuge to work, you'll also need to deal with Janus's security
Oh, yeah,
detail.
yeah,
A Providence herald and former Secret Service agent by the name of Nolan Cassidy. Intel describes him as diligent and inquisitive, and we cannot risk that he contradicts our story to his employer.
Seems workable.
I certainly hope so. Everything depends on this next move, 47. You made this our fight. Now let's even the playing field.
La présentation militaire là, elle est pas mal. Elle est pas mal faite. Donc on a trouvé les indices et éliminé les cibles. Donc comme d'hab. Oh, j'ai nouveau. Ah, le silver baller. On va utiliser le silver baller. Bah dites-moi. Bien sapé, hein.
Whittleton Creek, Vermont. On the surface, a picture-perfect suburban dream. Wide roads, golden maple trees and verdant lawns.
Le
Most
rêve
residents
américain.
here are white-collar professionals, ranging from university staff to government employees.
Most, but not all. Janus's unpresuming home is protected by a host of bodyguards, and intel shows that the fragile former constant rarely leaves the property.
Nolan Cassidy, on the other hand, roams the neighborhood streets. A recent arrival, the dutiful Providence Herald is busy making threat assessments and settling in with his security team.
Ouais, ça va pas être la joie.
This is about more than just revenge. Janus is the key to bring down Providence. So get in there and find us a lead.
Good luck, 47.
Wow. Mais je détonne là une fois de plus. Regardez ça. La bonne femme elle fait son jogging et moi j'assure un costume et gants en cuir. Non, mais vous rigolez. Hein. Limousine.
47. I've marked your map with several points of interest. We're running this mission with very little upfront intel.
Janus, Nolan Cassidy. Objectif. Bon, écoutez, on va
But
taper
these
d'abord.
locations could provide clues to help you obtain the information we need. Good luck.
Oh, hello there. I'm Charles.
Excuse me,
Blake,
sir. Are you a
chairman of the
registered
Homeowners
voter?
Association.
I'd
I'm
love to
running
tell
for
you
a
about a
seat
new
in the next
candidate
election.
who might
I
just
don't
change your
believe
life.
we've met,
Yes, sir.
Mr.
A total game
I'm
changer.
not from around. I'm listening.
Wonderful. Well, I'm sure you're aware that voting season is upon us again. And if you're anything like me, a recent immigrant to this fine country, the candidates this time around just aren't very savoury. But we have a man here today who is about to change all that.
I don't care much for politics.
That is exactly why Blake is out ringing doorbells today. He has no stakes in Washington. No connections to the establishment. No. Good on you. Be sure to vote. Come and
Bla bla bla.
Feel free to spread the word about how like that. I bet they got beer on it.
Hey, you guys haven't been poking around the frog habitat behind the house, have you?
No.
Oh, okay, great. It's just that, well, I saw one of those security people from Mr. Janus's house, and I'm pretty sure he was burying something back there, and I just figured since you guys seem to be, working together, you might know about it.
Can't say that I do.
Someone from Janus' security detail buried something in the frog habitat behind Cassidy's house. What could that possibly be?
We'll cover Jimmy Hoffa's remains back there someday. Okay, alright, well, I'll just leave you to it.
Mais ça me dit pas comment je vais y accéder. Ah, je peux entrer alors.
Hey, you! This is a restrict. That was it, sir. You're free to go.
Eh oui. Comment je vais faire? Ouh. Une grenouille venimeuse. Mortelle. Excellent. Alors c'est où qu'il a enterré le machin? Oh. Ah, il faut une pelle. Oh non, mais sérieux. Comment je fais moi pour trouver une pelle?
Ease up on the speculation, dear. Some people are just nice.
Vote for Blake at the upcoming elections.
That is exactly why Blake is out ringing doorbells today.
Alors, il y a un marteau là.
Chance to change the world. That is exactly why Blake is out. Have a fly. Read more about Charles Blake III and his politically flexible platform.
Il va falloir que j'emprunte la pelle quelque part.
Nolan Cassidy, former Secret Service agent and current Providence Herald. Cassidy is assigned to protect Janus.
Encore une mission qui va être très longue. Les amis, je vous préviens de suite. Parce que on va devoir faire des allers-retours en pagaille. Qu'est-ce que c'est ça? Une batte de baseball? Ah non, un journal. Les intrigues, pour le moment, je m'en occupe pas. Hein.
Do I know him?
My property. I need it to get rid of an aggressively invasive mold in this poor old man's backyard.
Calm down, Demolition Man. Unless it's a flesh-eating mutant mole, you don't need it. We're gonna keep this thing
Ah non, c'est un râteau. Non mais vous rigolez. Une pelle que je veux, moi. Des canettes, on s'en fout.
He's been sitting there most of the day. I don't know what he's reading, but it looks like it's the most interesting thing he's ever come across.
Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Et je peux pas. Et voilà. Ça commence bien, hein, ça va être long à mon avis. On n'a aucune clé pour entrer chez les gens. On n'a pas la pelle pour creuser le trou. Des trucs de top, ça? Bon, c'est le premier pied de biche que je récupère. C'est déjà pas mal, mais... La maison est à vendre. Oh, ça va faire mal. Ah, il faudrait peut-être que je cache le mec. Ce serait mieux, au cas où. Non. Trop fort. Bon, bah écoutez, hein, pour le moment, j'ai rien fait. et j'ai toujours pas m'appel. Donc je vais en arrêter là pour aujourd'hui et je vais essayer de faire une chose, je vais d'abord avancer. Je vais pas tout vous enregistrer parce que je crois que celle-là elle va encore être très très longue cette mission parce que donc en plus des 2 cibles, vous voyez qu'on a tout un tas de trucs. J'ai encore 2 indices à aller chercher. Ça va être le bordel. Merci à tous d'avoir regardé cette vidéo de Hitman 2. Amusez-vous, jouez beaucoup, prenez soin de vous et portez-vous bien. Salut, bye bye.